everyone, welcome to Get Ready With Me, Louise. It has been a very long time and I don't know whether to catch up or not, to be honest. There's a story. I am so tired. But I got new products. Well, I've been getting new products. That didn't change. You would think it would, but it has not. But I got the Too Faced collection that I guess is going to be their holiday release. I've seen pictures of it on the Too Faced website. So I'm thinking that it's okay to talk about. I also have the Hourglass palettes, all four of them. I know. That one hit my wallet. Let me tell you, that one hit my wallet. And then I also bought a Tarte piece. The Tarte piece I have not seen yet, but they keep. The only thing I see on that is the collab they're doing with Tana, so they may be holding out on that one. But I won't show that one. Just know there is something coming from Tarte, but which we all could guess that, you know what I mean? But Too Faced I've seen in Hourglass, obviously. I've seen, so I can show those and not have to worry about anything. But yeah, I've been working a lot and some things have changed, but I don't know whether to speak on it. You know what I mean? I don't know. We might find out. Anyway, let's start with the Too Faced. So for the Too Faced, I bought, and to be fair, I don't know how I feel about these, okay? So, unfortunately, I can't really go into that much depth because it has to be short and sweet because I do have to go to work. So, there is that. But I will say packaging, let's just start. So, I didn't purchase all of that collection that's coming. There's mascaras, there's just lip duos, the jelly glosses, there's a whole bunch of stuff coming. But you can check their website for everything that's coming. I purchased the Pillow Balm, of course. Y'all know, love this Pillow Balm. Like, any shade, any color, it doesn't matter. It's worth it, every penny. Love this stuff. So I bought these two. And this was Fairy Kiss and Berry Jam Kiss. I've worn this one before. I will say I picked this one first because of the glitter in it. You don't really feel it. So there is that, you know what I mean? But I think that I like this color better. But it's not like this is that dark. I can wear it to bed. I can just pop it on. Like, they're usable. Doesn't really matter. Then I purchased the Life's a Fairytale and Fairytale Crush. And these are so adorable. They're like little books. Their packaging, 10 out of 10. It is hard plastic. It pops like this. Very adorable for both things. I don't know if there's more. I can't imagine this is all that Too Faced is going to do, to be fair. One eyeshadow palette. I mean, maybe. Which, you know what? I wouldn't be mad at. I really wouldn't. But I just can't imagine this is the only thing they're coming out with. To begin with, I'm waiting for their longer palette, but I haven't seen anything yet. So you would have thought that would have came out actually first, but here we are. And then there's this. So this, though, you hold it like this. There's a cream. It is a cream blush, and it is called Candy Clouds. So we have Head in the Clouds, Super Candy Clouds for blush, and these are their regular in their line. Then we have Candy Clouds in a cream formula and Happily Ever After in a highlighter. So I don't think these two are out yet. I could be wrong. I'm not for sure on this cream. I don't know if they've launched a cream, to be honest. And then the eyeshadow palette, I mean, these are supposed to be new colors, obviously, for this palette. But to me, it kind of looks like they're one of their neutrals. The cooler tone, maybe. Is that the one I'm thinking of? But these colors are just, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. So, I did apply bronzer already, and I used the Too Faced bronzer in... What did I use it? It's in the milk chocolate. But let's pop something on our lips, shall we? Let's put this one on. I think this will go with my outfit. And you can see there is some color to this. I should have put a lip liner on. Didn't think. Oh well. Oh, it smells so good. But it feels so good on the lips. But like, you don't need a mirror with this at all. And they have changed the formula. I will say, I like their older formula better. I do. But at the same time, like, it didn't change enough to where I'm like, absolutely not. You know what I mean? Like, it did change. I like the older formula, but this is still good. You know what I mean? I still buy it, obviously. Like, well, I buy everything, so you can't really judge that. But I still use it, like, a lot. I have went through so many of those. Whether it just be during the day or I use it at night, like, I just go through it. And it's worth every penny. It's almost like the Hourglass palettes. They're so expensive, but it's kind of the one thing that I know I'm going to go through and use. You know what I mean? Especially like blah 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 blah, the bronzer. In them, I think I've panned every bronzer out of those. Now, granted, there's only one, so that makes it really easy to pan, but I do pan it. And even the blushes, I get a good bit of use out of. Um, so I do feel like I do get my monies out of that. As far as eyeshadows, I definitely get my money out of my Natasha and my Pat. Those are my top two, favorite eyeshadows to wear. But that doesn't mean I don't like other ones either. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and start with the blush and stuff, the Fairytale Crush. So I wore the cream by itself one day, and I will say that I didn't like it. I think it's okay if I used it in one of the powders, like in the palette, to help it stay, because I just used it along with just creams, and it did not last long. It really didn't. I would say I got maybe 4 hours out of it. That was it. So, take with that as you want. If that's all you need, then that's all you need. If you need more, you might want to, look at something else. So let's go into this. I was going to wear the Super Candy Clouds, but I wore that the other day. Let's try the Head in the Clouds, because I'm curious on that one. I'm brushing off my brush. This is the It Cosmetics Soft Touch Blush brush. Let's pick that up and see if it... Oh yeah, it gives me something. Oh, that's pretty. I like that shade. It's very natural, very light. You probably could build it up. Yeah. I don't know how this shade would not, go with the highlighter in this palette, to be fair, but there's that. I will say, though, that, like, I think it's coming up darker, like, in my eye than it is over, like, what you're seeing, because my bronzer, like, I'm looking bronzed right now, okay, in real life. So even though it's not coming off as pigmented on there for whatever the reason, it is on my skin tone. So I don't know how well this palette would go for, a deeper complexion, because, like, I don't know. I can only speak to myself, but these shades all do show up on my skin tone. And the reason I say that is because in the future, when I do a video here, you're going to see a palette that doesn't even show up on me. And it should, for the price. But then again, to be fair, was it meant for my skin tone? I don't know. But I also cannot imagine it showing up for a lighter skin tone either, to be fair. Like, how much more is what I'm saying. Like, yes, it's definitely going to show up, but I don't know by how much. Like, is it still worth that pigmentation? You know what I mean? Because the price tag is heavy. But we shall see. I've not watched any reviews, so there's that. And I'm assuming this is their Christmas collection, all right? I, look, I have not been able to be online for ever. It feels like all I do, it seems like, is get up, get the kids ready for school, go to work, come home, either do laundry, do the dishes, go to bed. Same thing, repeat. You know what I mean? Like insanity. All right, so now we're going to go into the happily ever after highlighter here. Now on the box, I threw it away, sorry. It shows it like a blue color. There is a shift in this. It's not being picked up. It is not blue. Okay, so don't be fooled by that box. I don't know why that's like that. That drove me insane because I was like, ooh, I want it for that. And then I opened it up prior to me buying it. I still bought it because, again, I'm insane. But I mean, there is a shift, but not really. This is glittery too, so do be careful. But it is pretty. I'm seeing the glitters just go fairy dust. Well, it's called Happily Ever After. Let's put a little bit up here on the brow bone. Let's try to blend out some. I mean, you definitely can see it. Does it? I will say the blush did not emphasize texture. It was kind of blurring in a way. This is going to emphasize texture. Is what it is. But okay, see, I don't know. Can you see the shift? I mean, it is a light hint of that blue, I guess, in a way, but it's also got like a pink. Like there's definitely the more you build it up, the more you're going to see. Let's say that. And honestly, the cream, I didn't get along with that, but I don't wear creams often, so take that into consideration. I don't know, like, I think I own a couple, but not that many, to be fair. I'm getting kind of into them, but not really. I just like me a powder. It's easier. You know, I ain't got time. I barely have time to do my makeup, if I do my makeup. You know what I mean? So, like, it is what it is. Alright. Oh, I forgot to put do not disturb on that phone. I hope to goodness it doesn't kick off. I hope nobody calls me. Okay, so that is this, because if it does, it's going to be interrupted. I'll still post it wherever we're at, though. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, let's go into this eyeshadow palette. Is it cute? Yes. I will say that, like, as far as, like, air getting to it, it's pretty nicely sealed, so you won't have to worry about that. But, you know, it is what it is there. Let's go into this shade right here, this brown. I wore this the other day, and it did turn out to be a very pretty look. I mean, you're not going to get that many different kinds of looks out of this, okay? I didn't use this particular shade in the look. I just used the lighter purple and then went into the darker purple. I will say it makes it quick and easy. This, you know, does. But you have these shades for sure in your collection, most likely. But the packaging's cute. It just, you know, depends on you, you know, if you think it's worth it or not. In today's world, you know, let's be honest, it's hard to buy makeup when you got to put food on the table, or pay the electric bill, or pay the water bill, so. And it's not like it's going to get any easier, unfortunately. But you can see that applied nicely. No patchiness, no. No, there's no patchiness. I was like, is there? Let me look. Because I don't want to lie. No, there's not. It blended nicely. It's pigmented enough. And again, with this palette, I don't know how it is going to be on That's the thing, when you just do a small curated thing, it's not going to work for everybody. It's just not. And maybe I feel like companies should, if they are going to curate, maybe do light medium and then medium dark at least, like bare minimum type of things. And but do it right. You know what I mean? Don't half do it. I think I'm going to take that purple. I didn't. Let's just try it. We're going to go into this lighter purple and just blend above it. Just a little bit. This does have pigmentation, that purple does. You do have to be careful because it can start to look like a black eye. Or that you haven't slept in days. That's what I noticed, especially when I took that on the lower lash line the other day. I was like, ooh, it's really bringing out my dark circles. And I don't need any help with that. No help at all. I do that all by myself, you know? So you do have to be aware of that. Alright. And then we'll go into this darker purple right here. And we're going to put it on the outside. And again, for my skin tone, it's quite pigmented. And it does build. But again, I don't know how it would fare for others. And I'd almost wonder if the lighter purple wouldn't be chalky on a deeper skin tone, to be fair. I will say I've been so tired, you all. Like, I hadn't worn makeup in, I mean, I've wore it occasionally, you know what I mean, in a while. Because you haven't even seen me film in a while. That's basically the only time I would do my makeup, you know what I mean? And because I was just working, you know, and I was so tired. And like, if I had 5 minutes to spare, you know, I was hanging out with my kids or something, you know. Well, the other day, I have never did this, never. But I called off because I was sick. Sick and tired, but sick. We're going with sick. I didn't lie because I am sick and tired. So I called off and to one of my jobs. And I was like, you know, and because of that, I didn't go into my next one until later on in the day. So I had time to do my makeup. And I tell you, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was like, yes, you know, this is what it's all about. I did not film that day, unfortunately. I wish I did, because like, it really did turn out so good. I don't know what I did differently, but like, everything just hit. Which maybe it's because I missed doing it, you know what I mean? But when you're working all the time, like, I mean, I may throw on like a skin tint or something, but like, I don't get to do my makeup, you know what I mean? Alright, let's take that brown and take it on the lower lash line. Just to give a little bit of definition here. I will say that my under eyes are looking a little dry. And I knew they would, to be fair, because I use the Glam Light powder in Banana, which I do think is okay for my skin tone. But, well, it's barely okay for my skin tone, let's say that. But it is a baking powder, and I've realized that, like, I can't do that. I'm too old for that. Dropping everything. And it just like emphasizes everything at that point. It's like the Sahara Desert. It looks like my under eyes have never seen moisture, and that's the way it's looking right now. Um, but it's a nice shade as far as that goes, color wise. I can kind of use the translucent for under the eyes, if very lightly, very, very lightly. Um, and I don't know if this color is just doing it because there's a tint to it or what, but this looks worse than that one. And then you have the, oh shoot, I do use it on the rest of the face though. It's fine for the rest of the face. Like, I don't have an issue with it there. Okay, now I will say these shimmers are quite pretty, you all. Let me show them. Let me get them on my fingers here. And it's an inner, I don't know how to explain it even. They're not chalky, they're almost creamy and wet. Those are the three shimmers, or metallic shades in the palette. Let me put them on my back of my hand here. And like, they're so pretty. But again, do you have these in your palettes? Absolutely. So they are gorgeous. Nothing revolutionary. You could always also use the highlighter in that other palette as an inner corner if you want it. But there is something to be said about this. Like, it is very, very pretty. So let's go into this one here first and pick it up. I don't think I got fallout from these, if I recall correctly. So that's good. Oh, my belly's growling. That's not good because I gotta go to work. I don't have time to eat. And that's another problem. Like, I've lost so much weight from working because I forget to eat, or I'm just so stressed at one of the jobs and so disappointed at one of the jobs that I don't know. It's just been disappointing for sure, to be fair. The whole situation. And again, I don't know if I can even talk about it. But I'm going to tell you, these corporations, whatever you want to call them, or even businesses, I guess it doesn't even have to be a corporation, are full of shit. They got their little welcome thing, they want you to read and what they're all about and what they stand for. No, they don't. No, they don't. What they stand for is that bottom dollar. Which, I'll be honest, I am a naive person and thought just maybe, it would be different, but it is not. It's always going to be about the bottom dollar, which I get. I do. But at some point, like, you gotta stand up for something. But I don't know. It's just been a lot of stress. But luckily, my second job, the other job I have, has came through. And God, I'd have never guessed it. To be fair. And it's not perfect either, don't get me wrong. Nothing is. Nothing is. But I will say that I feel like things should be based on hard work, loyalty, dedication, even caring. And it doesn't have to be caring about the job, because obviously the corporations don't care about you. But caring about your own work, I guess. Like how you are seen. You know what I mean? Let's go into this shade. It should matter, you know, to you. Which then, yes, it shows that you care about the corporation in a way, but not in reality. You're doing it because that's who you are, you know? That one's not either. That one didn't pick up very well. Or, not seeing it. Are you all seeing it? I guess. Maybe. Yeah, I guess you are. Alright. And I'm just putting it on the outer here. I mean, this is a pretty little cute palette. You know? Is it for you? I don't know. Is it for me? Not really. I mean, it's adorable. I love it. I'll use it. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't say this is made for me. I would say this is made for me to buy for my granddaughters. Or me to buy for my daughter type of thing. You know what I mean? For me, and what I already own, no. Alright, let's go in with... Where's my little brush? I lost it. Oh no. Okay, we'll use this Smashbox brush, I guess. Let me make sure. Oh, maybe I should do eyeliner first. I don't know. Oh, I have got, okay, for whatever reason, some of these refer brushes, now I've had them for a while, so there's that, but they are shedding all of a sudden so bad. And I don't know why, but like, and I mean, like, it's all over my pants. Alright, let's go into this last metallic shade right here, this one, and we'll put it in the inner corner. The other day, which my brush could have been dirty, I was using the Sigma one. Let's see if this one does any better. See, it isn't picking that up very well. I mean, you can see it. And maybe that's the way this shade is. It's just a topper. But I mean, I feel like I'm picking up a decent amount. This one is the drier one out of the three. But I can't go too much because then it's going to be all sparkly and down my face. So the only other thing is like your finger maybe could have done, I could have used, or spraying it. Now this side, look, no, they're the same. Maybe it's just the way the light's hitting it. Maybe it is showing enough. But that one is the drier one out of the three. The other one are like wet feeling. The other two, I mean. Let me go back into that brown. I feel like I'm going to have to line that lash line with that purple, because I don't think this is dark enough down here. What do you think? Maybe we'll go with it. For liner, so I bought the new Tarte liners, all of their Fake Awake ones. So let's use the magenta one. I actually bought the mascaras too, and I have really been loving the mascaras, like the different colors, because it's just fun, you know what I mean? It adds a little color to your look. You can definitely see the color in the mascara, like when you're applying it, so there's that. And I do like the Fake Awake liners to begin with, like in the cream and the white one. They're some of my favorite to use. These for the color ones, I mean, I'm assuming the formula would have to be the same, right? I don't feel like they last as long as those two. But they still last pretty darn long. Although, why they're called Fake Awake? Because if you're waking up with purple, or blue or green. I don't know about that. I will say this particular shade in the mascara and all really does make my green eyes pop. Because I was talking to someone at work and she was talking to me and she was looking right at me. It was so funny. So I just thought she was really like listening to what I had to say. And then like I was talking and she interrupted me and she's like, "Your eyes, you have such pretty eyes. I've never noticed that before." I was like, she's like, "What are you wearing?" And it was this with the magenta mascara. And I was like, "Okay, I thought you were just listening to me this whole time." She's like, "Oh, I was." And she's like, "But I was trying to figure out your eyes because I've never noticed it before." So to be fair, I mean, if you have green eyes or hazel eyes, you might want to try out the magenta from Tarte. So we are going to use the Tarte mascara. I'm debating whether to line. I don't want to though. It takes too. We're not gonna line. We're not gonna line. But I bought every shade of this. I have the emerald green, the and this is the tubing formula. So like no transfer, no fallout, no nothing. I love it. I love this formula. I love the way it makes my lashes look, to be fair. It's easy to remove at night. If you poke yourself in the eye, it's going to hurt though. Keep that in mind. I'll have to let that dry and then I'll clean it up. But it is so pretty. The colors, and you can tell the colors apart too. And that's what really makes it nice. Like, I'm hoping that you can see that magenta color. You can definitely see it on the brush. Like, that's the magenta. And like I said, I've got the electric blue, the emerald green, and then navy. And like, they are all like, you can tell the colors apart. Seriously. So nice. I also bought the blue YSL. So I was going to try it. Now that's not tubing though, but y'all know I love the Lash Clash mascara, black and brown. So it only seemed natural to get the blue. I've not tried it though because I picked up the navy blue in this and I love it, you know, so I haven't tried that yet. I'm just going to go ahead and apply this to the bottom lashes, then I'll clean that up because in case I mess up doing it this way too. It does come off nicely. I just scrape it off, so there's that. Like, shoot, put it up there. But I just like the fact that you can see the color. I should have curled my lashes too to really... Man, I'm just slacking today. But I haven't been able to film in forever anyway, so it's nice just to be able to do that. I'm not gonna complain. I may have forgotten some things to do, but at least I got to film, you know? And tell you about some new products that are coming. Did I really just touch my lid? I did. And I am gonna have a mess to clean up. It's because I'm rushing. Even though it doesn't look like I'm rushing. Because I'm just slow. I promise I'm rushing. This is a rubber wand. It does kind of hurt if you end up sticking yourself. But it does really get into those lashes and separate. It gives good length, gives volume. Mostly length. And that's what I like. Well, I do like volume, but I like length more because I feel like my grande lashes, and I think that's what's making my dark circles worse too, is that grande lash. But, well, the lack of sleep too. But anyway, this does get volume. Not as much as the Lash Clash though, but this definitely separates, gives length. You can build on top of it. You can go about 2 coats and then it's going to start looking different. I don't know if it's best to let it dry or not before going in with a new coat, to be fair, or just keep doing it while it's wet, messing with them. But they start to clump together after so much, I will say that. But you can always separate it with a brush or something if need be. So, and that's what I do. I just go in and separate it all. Alright, and then for the lower lashes, alright, there we go. I'll fix it later. Well, not that much later, because like I said, I gotta go. Alright. Actually, I really do gotta go. Shoot. Where's my little... Oh, here it is. I was like, where is the thing at even? Alright, let's see. Let's get that off. I love the faces I have to make too. Alright, got that. And then I got a piece right there. Here we go. I apologize if you've had to hear the air conditioner. It was starting to cool down, and now it's at 80. This whole weekend's supposed to be like in that high 80s, 90s. I'm like, well, I guess one last weekend before the warmer, we get hit with winter. Or I'm ready for the coolness, to be honest. But that's always been me. I'm not a big summertime. I am as far as like having the daylight, but I'm not as far as like the heat. Like, I'm not one that has to bathe out in the sun or anything. I don't prefer to do that. I like the sun. I like warmth, but not like sweat. You know what I mean? Alright, that is not coming apart. Maybe. I don't know what's going on with that. Use a comb. There we go. Okay. There we go. Now it's apart. Just needed a comb. If I can get it apart. Or not. That's the only hang up with this, is if... There we go. Alright, now they're apart. Yes. Alright, much better. Again, preference. What do you like? Some people love the little spidery lashes. Not me. I don't know why. I mean, it's not like it's bad, but it's not my favorite by no means. So as you can see through the talking and all, this is like, the color sort of has faded. but you can still see the moisture on my lips. Like it's so weird because I've always found that like the color will wear off, but the product sort of like seals your lips. But that's why you just add a little more. And like I said, it's so easy to apply. You can't mess it up. And I will say that even though I'm not wearing a lip liner, it doesn't like it seeps a little bit into the finer lines, but it almost, when it does it, you can't see it because it's plumping, because it's putting so much moisture into your lips. Not plumping as in like burn, okay? It doesn't burn. It has a, you can feel like a little minty effect, I guess. But it's so pretty. Okay, that's it. I think the look turned out really good. Is it basic? Yeah, it is. That's nothing new. It's Too Faced. Let's be honest here. What do I think you need it? And if I compare it to last year I didn't even buy the eyeshadow palette. Let's be honest. So there's that knocked off. I bought the Apple in Love, but that was it. Right? Yeah, I didn't buy the. I didn't. I did buy their lip balms, as I always do, the hangover balms. I bought. I did buy the blush palette. Now that I think I like more last year than this year, only because I'm not a cream. That's it. And I believe that it had products in it, even the highlighter, that you can purchase like in store. If you did like it a lot, you could go get that. This particular one does not. So, up to you there. But I do think, as far as the eyeshadow palette, I do like it. I do. I like the color story, like the way it performed. Do I have those shades? Yes. Do I have them in Too Faced palettes? Yes. But it is very cute. So these are the three things out of the full collection that I personally do like and would say, yeah, that's worth getting. Now, if you like the Better Than Sex mascara, you may want that instead. I do not. I think they have, if you like their jelly lip thingies, you may want that. They may have the little blush things too. I can't remember. There was quite a different things. So it's really just up to you on what you're wanting. But let me know your thoughts. What do you think about this? And like I said, I think this is their Christmas, but I'm not for sure. I didn't really dig deep. All I wanted to know was, did they show it so that I can show it to you all, type of thing, you know, because I can't get in trouble. Because, Lord forbid, don't want to do that. But yeah, so since I had already seen it on another website, I was like, ooh, I can film with it. So there you go. Now the Tarte stuff I've not seen, so I won't film with that. I may do a video, but I can't put it up until I actually see that post. So again, I don't get in trouble. But I would say yes to all three of these if it's something that interests you. I don't think any of it's a necessity. My number one, of course, would be those pillow balms because they're amazing, because you can use them during the day, at night, doing your makeup look, like prepping, just wearing it, like whatever you want. And the Tarte liners, again, love the Fake Awake line. Maybe something you're interested in. Same with mascara. If you love their Tartelette, is it the tubing? Yeah, tubing mascara formula, you'll love the colored ones. The XL, I think I like the XL better than the actual tubing, technically, but I like them both. They're both really good. So it's just whatever you're interested in. But anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. I'm so glad that I actually got to do a video. I know it's a long one. I hope you grabbed a snack and popcorn. And hopefully I'll be back with another video soon, now that things are kind of being just set in their own way. You know, it's no fault of mine, but it's not something I wanted to do, you know, with work and stuff, but it is what it is. It's happening. I don't know if there's a, you know, if I can talk about it or not. But if I can figure out a loophole, I shall share. Or maybe if I just keep it anonymous, then, you don't really know which corporation or company it is that I'm talking about, type of thing. But anywho, um, leave me a comment down below on what you'd like to see. I'll do the hourglass. I will do that soon, hopefully. And the Tarte, like I said, do once that's launched. What else is there that I have? I did purchase the Natasha Denona. What is this? Oh, the Gloom palette. I don't know if I did a video on that one, though. We'll have to see. I'll have to go back and look. That's how long it's been since I filmed, y'all. If I haven't, I will get that up. And then, what else? I think that's all I've gotten lately. As far as like eyeshadow palettes, I've purchased a lot of newer, like the mascaras, the eyeliners, some lip balms, that sort of thing. But anyway, let me know your thoughts and what you'd like to see, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care and stay safe. Bye.